You know, death is a funny thing because when you think about it, our lives revolve around death, and you can't escape it. I mean, yet, from the moment we can breathe, we're taught about some kind of afterlife. Religion, when you think about it, religion depends on death. Our entire lives are preparation for retirement and then death. But what would our lives look like if there was no death? Okay, I'll give you an accident here, a disease there, fine. Mostly, though, what would our lives look like if people lived forever? First thought out of the gate, religion. If it existed at all, it'd be vastly different. I mean, what's the point of religion if you're never going to die? Our religions basically want us to be a decent person or you're going to burn in hell. So when I think about it, religion, as we know it, would be fundamentally different. There wouldn't be a church on every corner, and there would be a loss of community that religion does bring with it. Of course, all the wars, all the death that religion has permeated throughout the history of humanity would never have happened. And speaking of war, wouldn't war be obsolete or at least a minimal occurrence? After all, if you know you're going to live for just about forever, why would you risk going to war? I do believe people's mindset about death would be totally different than ours. Life would be viewed a bit more precious if we lived forever. After all, who would want to risk eternity? Relationships too would be different. Marriage for all eternity? Yeah, I don't think so. There'd definitely be some very long-term arrangements, but most people would probably opt out after the kids have grown and gone their way. Of course, family relations would be completely weird, with all your ancestors still alive. But of course, we also got to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's adding another 117 billion people to live alongside the 8 billion people already here. That's right. Estimates are that over 117 billion separate people have been born and died. 117 billion. That means the face of our planet would look different. It's currently estimated that we populate under 15% of our current land mass at this time. The rest is for agriculture, desert, grasslands. So it'll probably be a bit more crowded, which in turn means we'd maybe be a little bit more concerned about what resources we have. All in all, it's an interesting thought experiment, and I can't help but wonder, if there's life out there in the vast universe, are we all going to share the same experience with death? Or could there be a species out there that won't have a clue as to what death is? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching. You know, this was an interesting video for me. You know, and the more I thought about this video, it finally dawned on me that everything in our society, everything in our reality is orientated towards death. It's based on our concept of death and an afterlife or what have you, or the lack of an afterlife. I've got a little bit of a cold, I'm sorry. But, you know, it's just, it was interesting. And the more I thought about it, the more I understood that. And I had not thought about it in those terms before. But what was interesting is when you start thinking about, like, if death did not exist, of all the possibilities that exist out there that we don't have. And I'm not going to go into them. Maybe that's time for another video. I don't know. We'll see. But this was an interesting video, or an interesting concept. I'll leave it at that. I'll do my shot. Enough philosophy for right now. Okay, cheap tequila I don't care for. That's what happens when I let my wife buy it. Okay. Peace out. Love you. Take care. Have a good one. Out of here.